4 new COVID-19 cases in one day on St. Bonaventure's campus. A women's lacrosse player confirming she's one of those cases this morning. Rapid testing kits returned to Cattaraugus County. Plus, an inside look at the basketball brand True Vision.
Breaking news this morning, 4 new cases of COVID-19 reported on St. Bonaventure's campus. The women's lacrosse team seems to be the group impacted. Sbu-Tv talked with a senior women's lacrosse player. She did not want to be identified, but she did confirm that she tested positive for COVID-19. Right now, she says she is in isolation in her off-campus house. She also tells us at least one other player tested positive. That player is also in isolation this morning. For the last 24 hours, we've tried to confirm this information with the SBU Athletics Department. They have not returned our calls or responded to any of our emails. No word if the 4 new cases are all women's lacrosse players, but we will continue to work to get you answers.
Also, developing this morning, Director of Cattaraugus County Health Department, Dr. Kevin Watkins, tells Sbu-Tv the county received a supply of 500 rapid tests COVID-19 from New York State. According to Watkins, rapid tests are key to fighting the COVID-19 pandemic here in Cattaraugus County, as they help quickly isolate positive cases from the community. Last week, Watkins told our Michaela Hyman and Carolina Demboxy the county ran out of the state-supplied tests. We're still waiting on word if these tests will be made available to the public and if they will continue to receive tests as small shipments. We'll keep you updated as we get more information.
As of 30 minutes ago, the Cattaraugus County Health Department reports 120 current active COVID-19 cases. That brings the total number of confirmed cases to 585. That's also climbed to 21. We asked Watkins why COVID-19 numbers continue to rise in the county.
They were no longer hunkering down. Folks became a little compliant, not wearing masks, not social distancing, and we just started to see a rise amongst.
Here on SBU's campus currently, 6 active COVID-19 cases. 4 of those cases confirmed yesterday. 30 confirmed cases since August 1st, with 24 cases recovered.
Some potential good news on Friday morning in the race for a solution. Pfizer announced its COVID-19 vaccine is more than 90% effective in preventing infection. We take you to CNN's Athena Jones for more on this development.
It could be the coronavirus vaccine the world has been waiting for. Pfizer and its partner BioNTech announcing an early analysis shows its vaccine candidate is more than 90% effective.
It is extraordinary that it's coming at a time that the world needs it the most.
The company saying it expects to seek emergency use authorization from the FDA as soon as next week and is on track to produce up to 50 million doses this year and more than 1 billion next year, saying it will be free for Americans. Dr. Anthony Fauci telling CNN by text it's extraordinarily good news, while others express cautious optimism.
If in a deep dive of that data, if that really shows like 90% efficacy, that'd be phenomenal. Because again, the FDA has been clear that even a vaccine that had 50% efficacy would actually help move the ball.
The promising news coming as the country reaches another grim milestone, 10 million COVID cases, more than 237,000 lives lost. 43 states now seeing a surge. Sunday was the 5th day in a row the U.S. topped 100,000 new cases in a single day. Hospitalizations setting records in 19 states, with 30 states hitting their peak 7-day average for new cases on Sunday.
Don't plan on a late-night workout or a night on the town. Beginning tonight, bars, restaurants, and gyms must close by 10 p.m. following Governor Andrew Cuomo's orders. Trying to level the statewide spike of increasing COVID cases, restrictions intensify 8 months into the pandemic. Private gatherings are limited to no more than 10 people, and also restaurants are limited to curbside pickups past 10 o'clock.
The COVID-19 pandemic causing financial hardship for several local colleges and universities as enrollment numbers decline. One of the expectations to this trend is St. Bonaventure. Sbu-TV's Ryan Bowling tells us why.
2020 is a year of adaptation for universities across the nation. For the class of 2024, they had to make their college decisions amid this pandemic. With a sharp decrease nationally for freshman enrollment and a steady trend for St. Bonaventure, what puts SBU ahead of the pack? The answer, the community.
Our location is, the best it can be in terms of, it's always been a strength being remote and being close enough to a lot of things where we build that community.
Freshmen here on St. Bonaventure's campus echo that sentiment.
When coming to St. Bonaventure, I immediately felt a sense of community and acceptance.
St. Bonaventure was different because it felt at home, and it also felt like people had a lot of knowledge here.
Across the country, we've seen a substantial decrease of 13% for freshmen for the fall 2020 semester. How does that shape out for St. Bonaventure? For the third consecutive year, they received 500 new freshman deposits, making these last 3 years their highest enrollment numbers in the past 12 years. In-person classes versus remote learning was important for students. While many schools have gone remote, St. Bonaventure prides itself on keeping classes in person. The policies put in place help St. Bonaventure retain their students at an 86% clip and grow their enrollment.
90% of our classes are in person on campus. We're in a location that's not like the city. We're in a location that if we can be disciplined and have good practices in place, we have a pretty good chance of getting through the semester.
Sustaining growth amid the past several years and this year during a pandemic, St. Bonaventure is excited about the future. Reporting for Sbu-Tv, I'm Ryan Bolin.
St. Bonaventure expects more students enrolled by the end of the year. Students who could not come in the fall deferred their enrollment to the spring. Attention St. Bonaventure students, take out your calendars. Winter break is fast approaching. Rich Williams is live in the studio right now with a look at what you can expect your schedule to look like when you come back in the spring. Rich?
Good morning. Take a look at the screen behind me. There's the month of January. Right now, the spring semester begins on January 25th. Move-in days are set for January 23rd and 24th. We know COVID-19 rules and regulations are always changing, both federally and here in New York State. But this is the situation right now. Students from the states on New York's travel advisory, such as Michigan, Ohio, and New Hampshire, will need to quarantine on campus 2 weeks ahead of move-in day. That means you should start your on-campus quarantine by January 9th, according to the university. Students from states that border New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Vermont will not have to quarantine when returning. Again, that's as of now. The semester will then run for 15 weeks, all in person. The one difference? Students will be given 5 class-free days, including Good Friday. On these class-free days, students will not have class and no assignments will be due, according to the university. However, certain educational experiences, such as labs, still meet as planned on class-free days. These days were implemented into the schedule as a substitute for spring break, now added to the winter break. Classes will run into May. Last week of class is scheduled for the week of May 3rd. In-person finals for undergraduate students concluding in mid-May. Commencement for the class of 2021 to take place Sunday, May 16th. Move-out days have not yet been determined. Right now, the schedule is not subject to change. I spoke to Tom Missel, who asked students to stay alert for further adjustments.
You always got to be prepared for stuff potentially changing, but at this point, we don't see those days changing at all.
The university will inform students of any changes through notice board emails. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you very much, Rich. The presidential election still hangs in the balance this morning. 2 states not decided yet, according to CNN, Georgia and North Carolina. Late last night, Arizona was called for former Vice President Joe Biden. CNN projects Biden has 290 votes to Donald Trump's 217. But President Trump's legal team is still working to reverse results in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Arizona. If these lawsuits are successful, these states could argue they should make their own choice in the Electoral College. And Pennsylvania and Michigan are still controlled by Republicans. I also asked Dr. Bart Lambert from St. Bonaventure's Political Science Department what students with concerns about the election can expect going forward. His advice? Let the process work itself out.
We want to go home, have dinner, turn on the television, and know the results of the election by the time we go to bed. And that's very unrealistic, especially in the midst of a pandemic. If it continues to take a couple of weeks to certify this and to go through and recount ballots in Georgia, then so be it.
And we've been covering the election the last couple of weeks on our social media. Let us continue to keep you informed on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't be shy. Take out your phones now while our handles are still up and give us a follow. And coming up next, Holiday Valley announces opening plans. What will look different this year, and Jaron Holmes gives us an inside look into the True Vision brand. Stay with us.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns, like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool. She's my superhero. Good job, kitty cat. When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
What's the best way to pick the right college? Use your head and make a practical choice based on cost and academics? Or follow your heart to a place that just feels right? At St. Bonaventure, you can do both. Here, you'll join a unique community that celebrates individuality, meet professors as passionate about people as they are about learning, and form lifelong connections without a lifetime of debt. Come see for yourself why St. Bonaventure isn't just a special place, it's a smart choice.
Do it for your roommates. Do it for your teachers. Do it for your crush. When it comes to wearing a mask, staying 6 feet apart, and avoiding large gatherings, do it for everyone in your life. Together, we can keep COVID-19 out of school.
Welcome back. This year's Holiday Valley's target opening date is November 27th. According to state guidelines, Holiday Valley will open with 50% capacity and 25% capacity during the holidays. With the Canadian border still closed, Holiday Valley expects more visitors from Western New York, Pennsylvania, and local residents.
We found that more local people were getting out to enjoy the outdoors and, you know, do something with their family and do something healthy and relatively safe.
The only time a mask is not needed is when eating or inside lodge rooms. No need to wear a mask while skiing, as skiers are already maintaining a natural social distance. Masks required on the chairlift. Lift lines spaced out to maintain social distancing. To comply with state guidelines, Holiday Valley has eliminated half of the tables and chairs in their lodges. Tents and heaters outside create more space for people to eat and talk. Holiday Valley usually gets 500,000 people every year. This year, they expect more people to come on the weekdays instead of the weekends.
Did you know of the secret society within the St. Bonaventure men's basketball program? Jaron Holmes bringing you the inside look into the brotherhood of True Vision.
True Vision started as a group of friends chasing their basketball dreams in St. Louis. Deshaun Cooper created the mindset that you must stay true to your vision. The brand then turned into something that touches states and countries as far as New York to Latvia. I asked Bonaventure alum Courtney Stockert what True Vision signifies.
You know, everybody has a dream or, you know, something they see themselves doing in the future or what they want to be doing, like when they get to a certain point of life. And just staying true to that vision and sticking to the plan and not giving up.
Former Bonnie and St. Louis native Courtney Stockert brought the brand to the men's basketball team in 2015. Today, as you can see, True Vision is very prevalent in both current and former Bonaventure players. When I talked to Director of Operation Darian Spears, he made it known that True Vision is impacting more than just Bonaventure.
We got about 4 or 5 in the NBA. Overseas is a lot. I'm going to give it about between 10 to 20 overseas.
Right now, I'm sitting in the student section of the Riley Center, where many Bona fans yell, "True!" during the starting lineups for players such as like Courtney Stockert, Kyle Lofton. Well, those players have truly embodied True Vision on their social media accounts. Stockert expressed to me that basketball is not the main focus of the brand, that True Vision is all about giving back to the community and being role models to kids.
It's really a mentoring program, you know, and that's what we're really all about.
Reporting with Sbu-Tv, I'm Jaron Holmes.
True Vision does not interfere with St. Bonaventure's sponsorship with Adidas. The players take it upon themselves to represent True Vision and be a part of the brotherhood.
Last November, Sbu-Tv introduced you to the Bowles family after their devastating home explosion.
I was saying my house had blown up, and I know it coming up the road, but until you actually come around the last corner and see openness where your house was, you know something.
Next week, Michaela Hyman learns how the family recovered from the loss of their home and where they are now, just 1 year later.
Coming up next, more information out of the Supreme Court on the Affordable Care Act. And later on, Buffalo Bills fans lived up to their reputation as good neighbors. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Because the fight isn't over yet.
You will see me choose to protect my community by wearing a face cover.
And even with my face covered,
you will see me. As a son, as a man with a never quit attitude,
as a fighter for change.
Join me in wearing a face cover
to help stop the spread of the coronavirus.
Because this is one small act of kindness
that has the power to make a big difference.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
The census is when we count every person in each home in every neighborhood.
Do kids count?
We all count, especially kids and babies. Make your family count!
Count all the kids living in your home. Visit 2020census.com.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
I work out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me.
I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Be New York tough and smart. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Thank you for sticking with us this Friday morning. A young woman was brought into custody by state troopers in Allegheny after passing through a traffic stop on Interstate 86. Arrested and charged, 26-year-old Maya Baker from Houston was taken into custody after passing through a traffic stop. At the stop, state troopers noticed Baker had outstanding felony warrants under the state of Virginia. Baker was taken to Cattaraugus County Jail, where she waits to be extradited. It's looking more likely than ever that the Affordable Care Act, for the third time since 2018, will survive a challenge in the Supreme Court. In its first session since October, the court deliberated whether the Affordable Care Act, which provides health care to millions of Americans, is or is not constitutional. The argument: in 2017, Congress eliminated a part of the law imposing a penalty on people who don't have health care. Many conservatives believe that without the penalty, the law simply shouldn't exist. But now, it appears that a majority of the Supreme Court favors keeping the Affordable Care Act in place.
And off to the Pacific coast, another typhoon, Typhoon Bamco, devastated the Philippines Wednesday. Typhoon Goni devastated the Philippines just 2 weeks ago. 6 people have died and 10 others are missing after the storm after dumping heavy rains on the Philippines. According to local authorities, more than 1,800,000 people were evacuated from the storm. Conditions on the island nation gradually improved yesterday as the storm continues to move offshore into the South China Sea towards Vietnam. The Red Cross still worried today about tens of thousands of people who were already living in makeshift shelters.
Before we go to break, check out our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all the latest stories that impact the community. Coming up after the break in sports, it was a big week for the basketball teams here at St. Bonaventure. Anthony Goss will be in with scheduling updates and preseason all-conference selections. Also, Bills Mafia supporting Josh Allen's family this week. We'll tell you how much money fans have raised for cancer research. You don't want to miss it. Stick around.
The census, a special time when we count every person in each home in every neighborhood.
Do kids count?
Of course. Counting everyone in your home helps support your neighborhood by funding things like schools, hospitals, and buses. Complete the census by calling or going online, or return your form by mail.
It's easy, secure, and most important, it's totally private.
Make your family count!
This year, make sure every child counts. Visit 2020census.gov.
What's the best way to pick the right college? Use your head and make a practical choice based on cost and academics? Or follow your heart to a place that just feels right? At St. Bonaventure, you can do both. Here, you'll join a unique community that celebrates individuality, meet professors as passionate about people as they are about learning, and form lifelong connections without a lifetime of debt. Come see for yourself why St. Bonaventure isn't just a special place, it's a smart choice.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
No way. No way.
No way. No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to Sbu-Tv. We're sending it now to Anthony Goss with sports.
Thanks, Nick, and we have breaking news to lead us off in sports this morning. The Ivy League is canceling its winter sports season due to the coronavirus pandemic, a major domino to fall considering the Ivy League was the first conference to cancel its men's and women's conference tournaments in March and was also the first conference to announce it wouldn't hold fall sports because of the pandemic. Meanwhile, the winter season is still a go in the Atlantic 10 Conference. As the Bonnies basketball rolls under 2 weeks, head coach Mark Schmidt has his team prepared for the start of the season. The only problem is, outside of their first 4 opponents in Bubbleville, the Bonnies didn't even know who they were preparing for. Well, this week, the A10 finally provided some closure when they announced the conference schedules for this season. For the Bonnies, they open up with 3 teams in the top 6 of the preseason poll, beginning with St. Louis, followed by road trips to Rhode Island and preseason favorite Richmond just after New Year's Day. 18 conference games in total for the Bonnies, same as last year, with 9 airing nationally. The remaining 9 games you can catch on ESPN+. But with all the uncertainty surrounding the coronavirus situation, A10 Commissioner Bernadette McGlade acknowledges the schedule is far from set in stone.
And the membership, which is us, responded quickly to the commission, and
the league office, if necessary, has the ability to readjust the schedule at any point in time, move games, and make the necessary decisions. Everyone has come together, coalesced around what we need to do to be successful in the COVID environment.
The league has plenty of bye dates built into the schedule. The only conference game without a date for the Bonnies is their conference opener against St. Louis. And there will be a few preseason all-conference selections taking the floor for the Bonnies. Both the men's and women's team have a few selections. Junior guard Ajanay Johnson received second-team honors for the women. She returns as a leading scorer for the Bonnies from a year ago. Junior guard Kyle Lofton took home a second-team selection as well from the men's side after leading the NCAA in minutes per game. And Oshun Oshunyi found his way onto the third team after a dominant season defending the rim that led him to a second consecutive all-defensive team selection. Some NFL news now, where the Bills are in the midst of a historic season led by quarterback Josh Allen. the reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Fresh off a victory over the Seattle Seahawks, the win was a big step for the Bills, but for Allen, the win meant a lot more. Head coach Sean McDermott announced post-game that Allen's grandmother, Patricia Allen, had passed away the night before Sunday's game after her battle with cancer. In honor of Allen's grandmother, the Bills Mafia came together by donating over $400,000 to Oshai Children's Hospital. Donations have been made in $17 increments, paying homage, of course, to Allen's number 17. Buffalo proving once again why it's called the City of Good Neighbors.
The 50th game of the season.
Major scheduling news out of the NBA this week. The League and Players Association agreed to a 72-game season beginning on December 22nd. The season spans until mid-July, ensuring players will not lose a substantial amount of their salary. This also puts the league back on track to start their 2021-2022 season as scheduled next October. We finish, of course, with Sbu-Tv Sports Trivia, as this week's question stays on the hardwood. Which teams did St. Bonaventure beat in the A10 tournament to win their first championship during the 2011-2012 season? Andrew Nicholson led the Bonnies to victories over St. Joseph's, Massachusetts, and Xavier. Congratulations to Iris Archer of Marlton, New Jersey for sending in the first correct answer. And the Bonnies, of course, begin their path to another A10 title in just 12 days when they open up their season in Bubbleville against Towson. Be sure to follow us on all our social medias to show off your Bonnies knowledge when Sbu-Tv Sports Trivia returns on Tuesday. That's all we have for sports. Back to you, Zach and Nick.
Thanks, Anthony. Canadian rapper and R&B singer The Weeknd performing at the 2021 Super Bowl halftime show. The Weeknd tweeted yesterday, "Performing on the iconic stage. See you February 7th, 2021. Show organizers confirmed the news. Super Bowl 55 held at the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida. Following COVID-19 protocols, only 20% seating capacity will be filled this upcoming Super Bowl."
And for content like this and more, keep following us on all of our social media platforms. If you're not doing anything right now, take your phones out. Give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Check us out. We're a fun bunch. Well, Zach, that's going to be all for us today. You didn't really see our faces that much today.
That's okay.
But this is our second to last newscast. It's the last time we'll be anchoring, and I just wanted to say, and I know you feel the same way, just how grateful we have been to still be here and doing this for the community.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But anyways, thank you for tuning in with us, and you can see us next week on Sbu-Tv for our final broadcast of the semester.